Hello and welcome to the last episode of DWN Productions THC podcast, sponsored by Fast Custom Shirts here at BOYGOB.com. Now with 800% more light. Joe, how was your week?
Hey Tom, it was a week. It was somewhat busy, I guess. I mean, yeah, I think. Um, I'm still trying to situate myself here. Pretty fast.
For those, I was gonna say, for those who didn't see, which was everybody, spent about like 2-3 minutes of watching Joe just fiddle with his phone and it just falling over
Yeah.
him trying to prop it up and shit. And now he's going to get the old duct tape.
Oh,
Speaking of
that's a good
duct
idea.
tape,
I hadn't thought of that. But no, Tom, it was a somewhat busy week. It's like I'm getting work in, but um, still just trying to catch up from the slow months. And trying not to spend anything because I have the Fed and state taxes coming up to give me the old double whammy, old double fist up the ass.
yeah, plus the stuff from the quarter.
Yeah,
So you got your old 2023 or 2022 taxes plus the stuff that's owed this quarter
yeah. So
for 2023.
yeah, gonna be a rough month. So as busy as I'm hoping it'll be, I'm still gonna be a broke motherfucker.
Yeah, I hear ya. Thanks to old JR, I got some work in. So thank you. And I'm glad your motorcycle building is doing so well that you can send this work over my way. I appreciate it for sure. But
Definitely appreciate it,
yeah,
man. That's yeah, and came at a good time. Uh, I don't even know that I took pictures of those shirts, but I don't know. Hopefully, I did. I'll look through shit later.
and speaking of thanks, thank you, Corey. He came over today and helped me put the reinforcement shit to keep all the foam boards up on the ceiling. So it's about done. Almost there, Joe. I just gotta paint the walls and figure out if I'm gonna install a air conditioning unit or just do a dehumidifier and call it a day. But almost, oh, and I got some brush things I gotta put out on the door. So looking at about 650 more bucks. That's depending on if I go with the air conditioner. If I don't, then it'll be a good 210 less if I
I would
just do
suggest
the
going with the air conditioner.
But see, that's what everybody's saying, but I'm not really working in there with the doors closed and shit. Like I'm pouring latex and letting that shit burn off and all that and
Yeah, but you know
making
how these
molds and
summers
shit.
get, man.
But I mean, I got the shop OG
Oh yeah, yeah. I
that I
guess.
work in when it's fucking like, cause that one out there, the mask hole's just like really for pouring shit and everything.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you did then. I thought you tore down
No,
the shop and built this into like something that was going to be for both the mask hole and shop.
no, I got both.
Okay.
Just adding buildings to the property.
All right. Just so your molds won't be all exposed to the elements and stuff.
You got it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, makes sense, man. Makes sense. Um,
So I don't know. Hopefully some work will come in though, because I spent a lot of money so I could work.
oh man. Um, yeah. Hoping good things for you, Tom, and for me.
Hey, hey, let's hope in one hand and shit in the other, as they say. But yeah, thanks again to Corey for coming and donating more of his time to help out and get this thing finished.
Hmm.
Took up a lot of fucking time. Didn't have a lot of orders, but I still have some that had to take a back seat. So now I gotta rush and get all this stuff done. And these next 2 weeks are gonna be a motherfucker.
Yeah,
So,
I've got some work lined up, so it's good. Thanks to my buddies at Severin and my some of my other. I don't even know what's going on. I'm kind of lost right now, Tom. It's been a weird week. It's been a weird week. I should probably be drinking right now, but no, I won't.
yeah, I wasn't planning on it. I thought I was gonna get a nap in and stuff, but then I caught a second wind. I was like, all right, let's finish taping up everything so I don't have to do it tomorrow. So
Yeah.
we were drinking beer and walking up and down ladders. So that was smart and safe.
So yeah, I went into the shop today, and I didn't know how late I was gonna be there, and I was, it's like, man, I gotta watch Machete before, or I'm not gonna have shit to talk about. So,
Mm. So Joe, I'm taking it we're not going to talk about this week.
we can talk about that. Yeah,
Did you watch it?
I haven't finished it. I've got about 30 minutes left.
So we just wait until you finish it up.
Nah, I've got enough that I can talk about it.
Have you seen it before?
Yeah, I'd seen it before. Well, we'll get to that when we talk about it here in a minute. Or fuck it, let's talk about it now. You already showed it. You
So
Accion
Joe, what's
Mutante. This is about a terrorist organization that's comprised of the handicapped, Tom. This takes place in the future, and they're just sick of pretty people. They don't like them, Tom. They want to eradicate them. They've done all kinds of stuff before. They've bungled a lot of their jobs because their leader has been in prison for a while, but now he's out, and he's got the ultimate heist. They're gonna kidnap an heiress and get a lot of ransom money. But, well, he's changed a lot while he's been in prison, Tom. And he's looking out for numero uno. That's number one to you non-speaking. We don't have subtitles unlike this movie did. Uh, so he's going to betray his fellow comrades and take the money all for himself, Tom. So we got space travel in here. We got robots. We got all kinds of stuff, Tom. This is your first time watching this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I'd seen it before, but it didn't have subtitles, and my Spanish is not good. And this guy's movies, like, they talk a mile a minute in all his movies. They're very dialogue driven. So I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Just that everything I thought looked cool, and I could kind of figure out some of it, but nowhere near enough. So thank you, Severin, for finally putting this out and getting subtitles on there. But you do have to read very, very fast. So most of the time, your eye line is on those subtitles, and you're just trying to look up real quick before another line of dialogue comes up. So,
Yeah, I don't mind doing the subtitle things, but I think this one is one that could really have benefited from a dub, even if it was like a goofy dub where the voices aren't the best and it's that might have even helped it if it wasn't the best, but I think this one really could have used a dub track.
yeah. So what'd you think of the movie, Tom?
Man, I always want to really like this guy's shit. Like, I think besides fucking Durango, which I think that one's pretty fucking cool, all the other ones have been like, God damn it, Joe. I wanted to like this thing, but it just didn't hit. It's almost it's almost there, but I don't know if it's like the foreign Spanish humor that, oh, maybe I'm just a dick and I don't get it. But I don't know. I really wanted to like it. It seemed like I don't know. like a really like crude humor and edgy version of a Star Trek episode. That's kind of how it came off to me. Like I was thinking it was going to be more like handicapped people like rising up against pretty people, but it's really not.
Mm-mm.
That's maybe like 5 minutes and then it turns into some space pirate shit. And I wasn't expecting that at all. So it's just like, all right. And I don't really go for that genre. I mean, the first Guardians of the Galaxy was pretty good. Haven't watched the Star Wars movies. I liked it as a kid in a few fucking years. So, I mean, the whole space pirate fucking, and especially it's not fucking dirt cheap, but it is on the cheaper side of movies. So it's just kind of like, and then they go to a desert planet like they did in Star Trek a lot. So they romp around doing that. I don't know. The humor just didn't really hit for me. And the action, like the squibs and the special effects, that was cool. The monster that comes out of the floor and eats the guy, it doesn't look the best, but it's still cool. Like there's some shit there. It's fucking weird and it's worth watching, but god damn it, I wish this guy's movies would just fucking hit for me.
Yeah, that so they're not for you. I liked it. I think I really enjoy it. I like the look of the movie, all the sets. You know, with the money they had, they make everything look cool. It looks it reminds me a lot of like Brazil or the City of Lost Children. It has that kind of tone to it where like it's supposed to be sending a message, but it's silly as fuck. So the message kind of gets lost in that, or the message didn't even really matter. Uh, but I think it's cool. It's a lot of ugly people in it, so
But
they
not
got
as fucking ugly and deformed as they really should have been.
well, yeah. There's that.
Like they could have really fucking basket case 2 and 3 this motherfucker. But it's a guy with a pillow shoved in his back, and then fucking a guy hugging another guy for a
Yeah,
movie until
and a guy just with his arms held like that, you know, like been cheese balls or something. Uh, but no, I dig it. I dig it. I recommend it. If you have not seen it, go to severin dot hyphen dot net semicolon and pick up a copy.
I mean it looks good. Like halfway through, I was just like, this wasn't made in the fucking 90s. Like this looks too fucking good. So I had to, excuse me, go back and check to see when it was made and shit. The transfer they did is really well done. I
Yeah,
will say that. It's just the fucking subtitles go by so goddamn
they do.
fast. You barely get to fucking read them.
Did you watch any of the special features? Because with his stuff, I have to watch the interviews with him, and I'll see what else is there. It looks like there's a lot of shit on there.
I watched the interview with him, and it was just him kind of poured into a seat going, and I'm just like, I just don't give enough about the fucking movie to sit through reading his fucking bullshit now. And then I went to the one with the special effects dude, and it was just, and I was like, all right. I watched maybe 10 minutes of that, and I just can't do the subtitled special features as we talked about with the Gamera shit and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you like this movie, not like you in general, but people, I can definitely see why you would. And goddamn, I wanted to. I really wanted to. I'm not saying it's a piece of pig fucking shit or anything. It's all right. Thank you for picking it up for me. I greatly appreciate it. I'll probably watch it again at some time when I want to have a fucking Gabriel and Iglesias retrospective. But yeah, I don't know, man. They're almost there. The movies are just almost there for me. I don't know what the fuck it is. Like that one with the fucking the guy's like painted up like Jesus and he's gonna rob a jewelry store or whatever.
Hmm.
Like that one was almost awesome.
I like his shit. I'll watch anything he does. I'm a fan.
He is one of your favorite directors, you know.
Yeah, he is. Like you and Gabe Bartalos or whatever. That guy.
It's a special effects artist.
Yes, that's him.
Director, I don't know so
Hey,
much, but
JR joined us in the chat. JR, glad you dug the shirts. We said earlier before you got on here. Thank you. Thanks for sending some work my way. I really appreciate it.
as did I. Go back and listen to the beginning. Joe,
What else did you watch, Tom?
I watched, speaking of Severin, -films.com. You picked up something else for me that you were so kind to do. And this was a Canadian exploitation movie that you already talked about, that
Hmm.
we have a video for up on the fucking YouTube page already. So not much more will be said. But I like this one a little bit more than Mutant Action. Like you said, oh,
You want to
should
tell them the name of the
yeah,
movie?
that's what I was
I
gonna
might
do. Yeah,
know. Yeah,
the movie is called Siege, and it is about a the the Canadian police are going on strike in this one town, so crime's running rampant. Although it's not, it's just a group of like five fucking meathead guys who are going to go rough up the patrons of a gay bar, probably because they are closeted gays themselves.
that's the
Uh,
vibe
sh-
I was getting.
lot of silly dialogue. If you just like to laugh at people saying ridiculous, crude shit, you'll fucking get a few chuckles out of this movie. So shit goes sideways. The bartender ends up getting killed. So the gang, I guess, the gang of meatheads kind of panic. So they call their boss. The boss comes in and executes everybody except one dude. He runs out into a nearby apartment or boarding house for the blind or something. And what, five people live there? And then they end up taking siege on this small little building. It's pretty good. It's tense. Oh, who's going to get shot? How are they going to get it? They coming to get you. That kind of thing. It's almost fucking awesome again, but it's Canadian. It's kind of tame. Like there's enough stuff there to keep you entertained, but there could have been more. I know there's budgetary things and all that, but if there was a little bit more to it, this could go down as like a classic exploitation movie, but it just falls a little short. Still worth watching, and I liked it a little more than Mutant Action, but
I'd say yeah, both this and Accion Mutante are they're doing the most they can with their budget, and I think they both pull it off pretty well. More than most people do, with even bigger budgets.
I agree, Joe.
Yeah, I dig this one. I dig this one too. Like you said, it's something that didn't stay in my collection because I don't know that I would ever watch it again. But I enjoyed it, and I'd recommend it. People that gotta watch it and gotta own it. I mean, fucking get it.
Yeah, I mean they have a couple half off sales a year, so
Mm.
I think they got one coming up this summer. And going back to fucking Mutant Action, it sucks I gotta say this shit, but $45 is a bit much. That's
Yeah,
how
but
much.
I think $30 is a bit much for a movie too. I don't know, 15. I get it. I get they got the titles for a certain number of time, and they got to make what money they can on it, especially right away while interest is hot. I know they shell out money getting these interviews and traveling here and there to do all that shit, but yeah, it's a bit high.
Yeah, I would say if you could find it for 20 bucks and you're interested,
Hmm.
definitely go for it. Pick it up for that. If you got to pay 25, here's to hoping it's shipped. I don't know personally if I'd go much higher than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and also speaking of which, when fucking we talked about Showgirls a few months back, we were both blowing that thing.
Hmm.
But I am not paying 45 dollars for a goddamn re-release of Showgirls. Sorry, Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, I'll go buy
Not
the
happening.
old MGM or whatever it was. I'll find that used somewhere and buy that shit because I do like the movie. But I mean, what could they have that I would possibly be interested in? You know,
It's a beautifully remastered 4K scan.
are they going to talk to Elizabeth Berkley and Kyle MacLachlan on the interviews? Nope.
Yeah, that's not happening. Paul Verhoeven's
Paul
not doing a
Verhoeven,
commentary
nothing.
track.
Yeah. Uh, are they going to have like an extra feature? Showgirls 2, Pennies from Heaven? Probably not.
Well, you can just buy that from the fine folks at
Yeah,
Wild Eye Releasing.
which I should. I should get on that.
Or,
See if they have it at Frightmare this year.
yeah, it's, I was gonna say Frightmare's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's definitely not a movie that you gotta chunk down these fucking 45 dollars plus the shipping for them to talk to stripper number 3 about how it was on set.
Yeah, I see all these things like shit. Isn't there like a new edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre every fucking 5 years or so? But people eat it up, man. People they'll go for it. And Vinegar Syndrome, hey, if it's got that hard cardboard shell, they're gonna eat it up.
But to be fair, if I didn't just buy that fucking Umbrella release like last year sometime, like it's just a few months ago, I'd
Hmm.
probably just say fuck it, drink a few beers, and then order it on the credit card just because I didn't have it. But
Yeah,
since I already have that one, plus it comes with the documentary that was made, like the standalone documentary, even though it sucked,
yeah.
it still came with it. So
Well, they also had on there, and I guess maybe this one's not new, but there's a Mexican director that they have a set that has three movies on, and that one maybe on sale for 35 or something. But you get three movies with that, so shit like that, I'm definitely cool with,
yeah, but
But,
I get it's a big movie and all that shit, but come on.
yeah, and it's an awesome movie. I love it, but nah,
Yeah.
pass.
I'll say this though. Depending on how drunk things get at Frightmare, if they have it.
At their table, yeah, I think I'll see them before that in Kansas City Crypticon. So depending on if they want to do a little trading, I may come home with a copy. We'll see.
Mm. But yeah, I understand the fucking, not selling as many units as you did 10, 15 years ago on the old movies, but some of these prices are a bit fucking high. Slow
Yeah.
your goddamn roll with this shit.
Hmm.
Mm. Joe, you ever see Nightmare at Noon?
I've never even heard of Nightmare at Noon.
Well, Nightmare at Noon stars I forget the guy's name, but if you've seen the face, you'd know him. I think he's in House 3, not
Jimmy,
to
is
be Jimmy Fallon?
that him?
Who?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't you cut out.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But this dude, he's doing experiments and he puts pee pee or something in the water supply and then turns the townsfolk into like raging killers. So Wings Hauser, his wife, and Bo Hopkins, they stroll into town and it's up to them to get to the bottom of things, Joe. If you like watching cars explode, there's about 7 or 8 of them that fucking blow up in this movie, and that's a lot for a low budget action movie,
Yeah.
Joe. Uh it's worth a watch for sure. It's not the best Wings Hauser performance, but I guess during the making of this movie, he was uh he was gripped by his demons, as they say, and he was arrested during the shoot, and the director didn't have a fun time with him. But that only kind of shows in the movie. Sometimes old Wings looks like a big-eyed, twitchy fuck.
That poor
Other
man.
times he's acting. But it's worth a watch if you like fucking, action, low budget, schlocky action movies. Check it out. It's not the best, but it's worth a watch for sure.
Well, Tom, I finished up the Made in Hong Kong set. Speaking of old Vinegar Syndrome, there's that piss leg lady. She's in red there. Uh, so I watched the last movie, 1999's Deadly Prey. Or no, not Deadly Prey. The Deadly Camp.
Deadly Prey is pretty good though.
Yeah, the Deadly Camp is not. Okay, this is about a group of youngsters. I don't know. I think two of them are supposed to be teenagers, and the other ones are in their early 20s that go to a secluded island to just hang out for the weekend. It's like, hey, we're not going to have any phones this weekend. Let's put them all in a bag and hide them over here. And but it turns out that there's this other guy with his wife on the island too, and he's got two cronies with him, and it's old Anthony Wong, from Ebola syndrome, and also in The Demon's Baby and in Erotic Nightmare. So this set has all three of them. You're an Anthony Wong fan. He's in all three of these movies. Um, Also, Tom, there's a serial killers on this island. They meet this little kid, and it's not a kid. It's, again, somebody that's older playing a kid, and he's playing a retarded kid. And you're not supposed to say that anymore, but that's his name. I don't remember exactly, but in the credits they call him like retarded boy or something. And he's the son of this killer. This killer, Tom, he's got bandages all wrapped around his head.
Is he a time crimes?
Well, he could be a Time Crimes. He could be a Brendan Fraser mummy. Uh, but other times the bandages are tight and looks more like a ninja mask, so there's no consistency to that. It's explained later that he's like a leper or something, and that's why he's got the bandages. And you do see like a shittily applied boil on his face. I don't know if
Just
that's
one.
yeah, I don't know if that's what leprosy does, but I thought your skin just kind of like starts falling off or flaking or some shit. It's like eczema to the 50th power or something. Uh, so, like all the slasher flicks, it's like he's killing everybody one at a time. Anthony Wong, he's real sleazy. He gets caught and he's like, hey, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach your retarded son how to fuck, because you got this woman captive and he's obviously attracted to her. And that shit's funny. That scene is funny. But it's one of these movies where they'll show the knife raise and then they cut away and then they'll blood splatter somewhere. So
And then explosion.
yeah, it sucks. It's not good. It's like I said, on this set, um, I really like Erotic Nightmare. I thought that one was a fucking weird, cool movie. I didn't care for the Demon's Baby all that much, and I don't care for the Deadly Camp. But I think I might hold on to this one. Maybe if they're selling Erotic Nightmare individually, I'll buy that one on its own and get rid of this. Um, but I don't know. If you're into shit like this, if you're into Hong Kong movies, and I usually am, but only one of them is worth watching again. It does. Like it comes with the hard case, uh, cardboard shit, and then you got another slip case. So two slip cases for the price of one, Tom. And then you got this booklet here that's like 5 essays on Category 3 movies. This shit's good. I thought, just read a couple of pages, see what these pricks have to say, because it's usually, these things are written by people that are trying to desperately sound academic, trying to be like, oh, like, hey, this shit's garbage, Don't
Oh,
try to
let me
write.
break down what they
Yeah,
meant when old Anthony Wong was pissing in this lady's mouth.
yeah. That's what they try to do. It's like, hey, man, okay, I get maybe you went to film school or whatever, but it's fucking garbage, and that's why we love it. Okay, the guy that writes the longest one on here, he readily admits that, and he's really good about writing it. He talks about a few other films that I want to seek out now. Good shit. This is worth it. They should sell these things on their own for like $5 or something. I'd buy these all day.
Well, Joe, you might want to get that Showgirls disc then, because it comes with a 40-page book.
See, but I'm sure that one is going to be academics and stuff, singing the merits of what Verhoeven was trying to say or whatever. Verhoeven trying to fuck every time. Okay, and I like his shit, but that's what he's trying to do.
Trying to get his dick wet, sir.
Yeah, he's no artiste.
Yeah, those silly European accents could trick you,
Hmm.
but don't get fooled by it.
He's live.
Just because they talk silly doesn't mean you can't catch an STI.
Yeah,
Remember that. They don't call them STDs anymore. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they're STIs now.
Hmm.
The I stands for infection. I guess disease was too harsh of a word to use.
I don't know.
When your penis foams orange, you don't want to hear the word disease.
Yeah,
Infection's a little better, I guess.
I mean, isn't like I don't know, AIDS a fucking disease? Or I don't know.
What are you drinking there? Coffee?
Tea.
Ah, Joe, speaking of tea, have you ever swam in a lake?
Yes, I have.
All right. Have you ever read subtitles?
I have.
All right. So, in this movie from Thailand, a big, not too big though, an okay sized monster comes out of the river. And the monster comes out of the river because a little girl found a monster's egg and moved it not that far, few yards realistically. Later on, the egg gets moved farther, but at the beginning, literally, the eggs just moved a couple yards from the riverbank. Anyways, this monster's going, trying to get its egg back, but then the townspeople catch it. Joe, turns out that was the egg's sibling. Now the parent comes out of the river and it's looking for its egg and its chow. It does. The monster does monster stuff. And then it goes back in the river. And that was the lake, Joe. It's fucking weird. You got a movie called The Lake, and then you refer to the body of water as a goddamn river the whole time.
Guess something
Fucking
got lost
weird.
in translation there, huh?
Hmm. The monster's okay. Doesn't look awesome. It's a cross between like Samuel from the second Hellboy movie with Amphibian and maybe a little bit of the new Godzilla. Just kind of how everything's that grayish, scaly blob type CGI monster thing.
Yeah.
It's practical in some of it. It's very okay. If you're a fan of monster movies, I mean, give it a shot. It's nothing new or breathtaking or anything, but it's another monster movie. If you're not and you just like horror movies and shit, just pass it. It's man, very disappointing because I was looking forward to this one, but it's like the most okayest movie I've seen in a while.
So where'd you hear of this?
It was just being promoted for the past few months. It's just like, oh, this new monster. And they kept calling it a kaiju movie. First of all, the monster's big. It ain't kaiju fucking big though. And I thought kaiju was some Japanese fucking term. So you can't just throw the name kaiju around if it's any kind of
Right.
bigger
Yeah.
monster and shit. So I mean that marketing was kind of bullshit. On the poster, the monster looks a lot cooler and a lot bigger than it actually is. But I mean, if you like monster movies, give it a shot. It's not going to be like, wow, this is, but it's a monster movie, I guess. Man, I wanted to like it though. It was just what the fuck ever. And this one had a shit. Oh yeah, this one didn't even have subtitles. This was a kind of shitty dub.
Mm.
So whatever. I don't know. Shutter will probably have it in a fucking couple weeks.
Where'd you?
I think I paid $6.99 or $7.99 to rent it off of old Amazon.
All right.
Fuck. Sorry. Wanted to like it. Fucking pricks.
Did you watch anything else?
Mm. Oh shit. I forgot to make a list. You're gonna have to stall when we get to that. Now I have to look what I wrote down on my phone.
All right. I did watch. I finished the series on Apple Plus, Servant, from M. Night Shyamalan, uh, season 5, and everything comes to a head. I guess I don't know. This show, it's like his movies in that it's got some good build up, has a good idea, and then it just disappoints the fuck out of you, and you stop giving a fuck, which I had last season, but I figured I'll ride this out and watch it. It comes to nothing at the end. Very disappointing. Do not recommend. Don't invest your time in this shit. That's all I got to say about that show.
Joe, it show sounds like it should have a twist. Was there a twist?
No, no. They kept on, just adding more and more shit, and it's like, oh, let's further the mystery with this and this and this, and it just never went anywhere.
Sorry to hear that, Joe. You know what I'm not sorry to hear or
That I'm
do?
tea
Fuck. All right.
or water. I'll just get some water.
Well, Joe's gonna go grab a water, but what you should do is grab your fucking phone or whatever and head on over to dwnproductions.net and fucking buy something. Maybe you want something made. I'm gonna say, I gotta work on stuff for Frightmare. Hit me up in June, maybe. You can head on over to Fast Custom Shirts too if you like. Pick up a t-shirt.
Yeah, t-shirts are good.
Mm. You're not wearing one though.
Yeah,
That's
but
why
I
they
do
call you
tops.
Sleeveless Joe.
You can special order some tank tops if you'd like.
How do
Old
they
James
do that?
Robinson got some tanks as well, and some hoodies.
Mm. God bless you, sir. Hey, Joe.
Yes.
Welcome to the grindhouse. You like Mexican shit, Joe?
Um,
Mm.
yeah, I do. I
You
do,
like
Tom.
whacking off?
Sometimes, I guess.
Be able to tell the difference what I was talking about after watching this one now?
Network. When you said network in the last one.
No. But I'm sure you probably understood that text once you watched the movie,
I did.
though.
Oh, okay. I was hoping for something more, but no.
No. You just had to put all your dishes down and just say, "Well, network."
Uh,
That's all. That's
Machete
all,
Kills,
Joe.
Machete Kills. Okay, and this one starts out with a trailer of the next Machete movie. But I guess we'll get to that, or we won't. But yeah, all this time. How many years elapsed between the first and second movie on this?
3.
3. Okay, so pretty. Everybody looks the same. They're not like 25 years older or shit like some of the sequels we're seeing now that are made for cash-ins or whatever. Uh,
Legacy sequels.
so Rodriguez said, "Hey, let's ride this out. Let's see how far we can go with this thing." And we start out with Machete and old Santa Nanana or whatever her name is, and they're I don't know trying. What are they doing? Are they cops or not? I don't understand what the fuck they're doing at the beginning of this.
Yeah, I mean, I thought at the last one she gave him papers and everything where he was legal.
Right?
And then maybe he joined the force or but
Yeah.
I guess she just was and he
Yeah.
wasn't legal and a bunch of Agent Anti-Venom show up. And
Yeah.
it's like, what the
Military
hell's going
types
on here?
are gonna sell a bomb to some drug lord people, and there's a big shootout and everything, and old Jessica Alba gets shot in the head by a luchador.
Mm, a white luchador.
Mm. And old Machete, he's arrested by William Sadler, who is pretty funny in this movie. Refers to Machete as Taco all the time, which is pretty funny, I thought. Uh, he's a racist character. He's great. Um, the president calls and he needs Machete's services. Machete can't be killed in this movie. He's hung by the neck and like nothing happens or whatever. Uh, the president, Charlie Sheen, going by his real birth name, which is I don't even remember what his real birth name is.
Carlos Estevez?
Maybe, yeah, old Carlito, they call him, and he needs Machete to go on a mission because there's a drug lord with a bomb. Wait, didn't we just see drug lords getting a bomb or something? I don't know. But anyway, Machete says he'll do it because they're going to give him citizenship.
Again.
Again, double citizenship. Uh, and so, yeah, he goes to a whorehouse, gets in a shootout with the whores. Then there's more
Or as
shooting.
I like to call them, the fucking whores.
Yeah. More shooting, shitty CGI. Then he meets the drug lord, who is got multiple personalities, and that guy, what the hell's his name? Damien. Uh, shit, I forgot his
Something with a B.
Bashir. Yeah. So this
Bless
guy,
you.
in a lot of shit, he's always real good. He's he plays a lot of serious shit, so it was good to see him do a comedic turn here. He's really good. And then the plot just gets more fucking ridiculous from there. You know there's a bounty on both this drug lord and Machete. This guy's got like the nuclear device is hooked up to his heartbeat, so if his heart stops beating, like if he's killed, then the nuclear device is gonna blow up. Then who the fuck is it? Don Johnson? No, that was the
No.
other movie.
I'll tell you this. I'll give you a hint, I should say. Not a fan of the Jewish community, this
Mel
fellow.
Gibson does not like
I'll
Jews.
put you in the fucking rose garden because I'm capable of that shit. If you've never heard the tapes, Mel Gibson going off on his whore wife or whore girlfriend, whoever that whore was. You gotta listen to that shit because god damn is it hilarious.
He is a racist fuck. Wow.
You should just blow me. God bless America's Rose.
He's an upside down rose.
Hey, we'll get to upside down roses later.
Um, so yeah, it was this guy's plot, you know, to for the Earth to blow each other up and shit. That way he can go live on a satellite, and he's already been abducting Mexicans to put them on the satellite so they can do the cleaning and the cooking and the yard work and shit. Uh, so yeah, it was him, and now he wants to clone Machete or something so he can have an army of machetes because he's a big Star Wars fan, and that's fucking dumb. It's a big dumb movie, but it's fun. You know, it's got some fun shit. I don't like it as much as Machete, but it's all right. You know, I can see why I forgot so much about it. You know, it's not one that like the first one is like, that's, you know, funny, cool exploitation movie. This one just goes over the top and says, fuck it, you know, let's just make this as ridiculous as we can. At a lot of people in it, you know, big cast. You got one of your favorites, Lady Gaga, is
He's the best.
Radio's in it.
I liked him in Boat Trip myself.
Yeah, Walton, who went by the name of Walt Goggins at this time in his career, he's in it, and Amber Heard, Tom. Amber Heard is fucking badass in this. She's great. She does a perfect fucking Spanish accent. Speaks Spanish better than me. She looks fucking gorgeous in this. I don't know what the fuck Johnny Depp did to this poor girl, but god damn, she's amazing in this. She's the best part of the movie, I felt.
Joe,
Mm-hmm.
smooth, like you said, this movie's pretty good. It's fun and entertaining, but I think the one thing that it's missing is the heart that the first one had. The first one seemed, yeah, we're making this movie and we're gonna do it. And the second one's like, all right, let's make this movie, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot cheaper and it shows a lot of the CG doesn't hold up. A lot of the green screen replacement is not that good, but maybe that's part of it. You know, they made it cheaper because it's a sequel and going in on that. But I don't know. This wasn't even a troublemaker movie. Like, instead of the troublemaker logo, some other production company pops up in that fire explosion. I forget
Yeah,
what it is, but
I don't remember what it is either, but yeah.
so I don't know what the fuck's going on there. It's still a fun fucking movie and I like it, but it just doesn't have that heart. It definitely feels like they're just fucking whacking off, like I
Yeah.
said before.
You know, he does a lot of the gimmicks that he's used before in other movies too. Just different shit pops up that, oh yeah, okay, so we saw that in whatever Dusk Till Dawn. We seen this in,
Yeah, the bringing the cock gun back, I think he should have just left that shit alone.
yeah. Um, those stupid ass twins are back again. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's all right. You know.
It's worth a watch. It's fun, but it's just missing that heart. And it's
Hmm.
a lot of beats we've seen again. And I just think if we do get Machete 3, that's going to be even a little bit lower. Probably still fun, but still hitting a bunch of the same beats and shit.
You know, I'll watch it if it does come out, but too much time has passed. You know, Trejo's old now, so, you know, looking pretty fucking rough. You know, Gibson, are they going to get Gibson? You know, I doubt it.
Well, I mean, in the trailer, they said Leonardo DiCaprio or
Yeah,
actor subject to change or whatever. So
Yeah,
I mean, now that he's fucking did the Star Wars thing, it'll fucking probably be Star Wars people or whoever the fuck is
maybe.
in
Yeah.
that shit. So I don't know. But it was all right. It doesn't have the heart.
Hmm.
Hey Joe.
Yeah.
Sorry. I tried to put my arm up on something, but it wasn't close enough. Hey Joe. Oh, you ready to swing into another amazing issue of
God damn.
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man's. Issue 152. Is that right?
That's right. That's correct, sir.
Yeah. So this is we've left Spider-Man again in the sewers. You know, getting ready to drown in a deluge of water, but he makes it out within like maybe 2 pages. He's
How?
clear.
What does he do?
Just lets the water take him.
Ah, so nothing.
Yeah, doesn't do anything heroic or anything. Just lets the water take him until it drains off into the
Old
lake.
Hudson Bay.
Then he goes back and, oh yeah, I left Mary Jane over at the party. Maybe I'll go and see how she's doing. She's not there, you dumbass.
No
Uh,
one's there.
get a little comic relief from J. Jonah Jameson dropping a vase. Shit. Uh,
No!
then Spider-Man's is at the college trying to apologize to Mary Jane, but nah, she's not having any of that shit. We learned that old Osborn, Harry Osborn, and Flash Thompson have moved in together. Very daring for Marvel at the time to start one of these storylines. Then you got this other guy running in an alley, and he's running from something or somebody. We don't know what, because that's a story for another time. And then it's back to the Shocker, who told people, "Hey, you give me like $1 million, or I'm going to shut down the electricity." They said, "Nah, fuck you." Okay. So Spider-Man goes and just stakes out the, what are they, power plants or whatever. Finds the Shocker, fights him. Pretty boring fight. It ends. The issue ends. Not much again. Not much going on.
Yep, there was another one.
Mm-hmm. Weak art. Ross and Drew and like I think 3 different inkers or something. None of them could make his art look good. Fucking lame shit, man. But maybe next issue will be it.
We'll
It's a
see.
shocker, they called it. Which, hey man, you just had an issue with the shocker, and you're calling the next one a shocker. I don't know. Quite disappointing. I wasn't really in the mood to read Spider-Man's today, but I had to. I had to.
Well, Joe, speaking of disappointments, you like lists?
I do, but now I'm noticing I only have 4 things on my. Holy shit!
You like lists again that we may have already done?
Have we done this?
That's all right. I still haven't thought of one for next week, so hopefully now between the time we barrel through this fucking list, I'll come up with something.
There's no way we've done this before because I wouldn't have come up with 10 for this.
I don't know.
Anyway, folks, our list, as you can see, the wells are running dry here on the lists. So I had the great idea of our favorite things that come in tubes. Well, it turns out there's not a whole lot of shit that comes in tubes, you know. So it's like, well, it's not my favorite. But right now, like I only wrote 4 when looking at my list, so I had to make one up real quick, and I wrote down phallopes.
What?
Fallope. They come
Okay.
inside fallopian tubes.
Understand.
Yeah, that's my number 5. On the spot, number 5.
Joe, I have beer because sometimes it'll come in cans that are considered tubes because I looked it up.
Yeah, I guess if you get like the taller, the 16 ounces or something, that's definitely a tube.
Yep. Old
Yeah.
Pseudo Sue comes in the
Mr. Geeky
16
Queen
ounce.
do not come in tubes. They
Mm,
make tubes themselves. They do not come in tubes, I don't think.
mm.
Uh, let's see. At number 4, I have toothpaste. Comes in a tube, and you squeeze the bottom. That way you can get it all out of there. Make progression as you use more and more of the toothpaste. Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking about putting that on the list, but my toothpaste doesn't come in a tube. It's like this thing with a cap you flip up.
Mm.
Yeah, it's more of a container. Joe, my number 4 is paint, but not the acrylic paint that comes in those little tubes to paint the mask. I got spray paint, the kind hobos spray into paper bags and fucking inhale that shit and get ripped off of. That's the kind of paint I'm talking about, Joey.
All right, man. At number 3, I have paint, but it's not the spray kind of paint, the ones you shake up and it's got baby teeth in it that you can hear rattling around. No, I'm talking about acrylic paint that comes in tubes that you can use to like paint masks or stuff.
I see. Joe, what do you do after you hit a whole bunch of spray paint in that bag the 40 came in? What do you want to do after that?
Uh, lay down.
You want to do so? Yeah, that's right. You want to lay down with a lady. So you got to grab the old tube of fuck jelly.
Hmm.
Slather that shit all over the place.
Fuck jelly. All right.
Fuck jelly's my number 3, Joe.
All right. Well, similar to fuck jelly, I have Pringles as my number 2. Come in a tube like container, and I like Pringles.
Fuck. I thought we had the same, but we do not, Joe. Remember when bringing up upside down roses earlier?
Yes.
Well, my favorite is those roses that you get at gas stations that come in those tubes motherfuckers smoke crack out of.
Ugh.
Yep.
At number 1, Tom, my favorite thing that comes in tube is ground beef.
Shit.
I think I'll go buy a tube of ground beef tonight. A pound. I think I'll get a pound of the lean this time. Got less fat, you see.
I do. It's got the green label.
No, tubes, Kiki Liddy.
Ah.
Tubes.
Well, Joe, my number 1 is my penis when I fuck a Pringles can that I shove 2 sponges and a rubber glove in. I think they call it a fifi, if you will.
Word of advice, Tom. Try a little ground beef in there too next time.
I was going to put a little fuck jelly in it. You see? Ah, Joe, I was going to say next week, let's talk about our top 5 foods, which you could fuck as well. However, that could pretty much be anything.
Right. Yeah.
So, damn, and I also had a Machete Kills poster over here I was going to give away. But as
Too bad
we
for that.
learned from previous things, nobody ever wants the stuff we give away. So maybe I'll just tomorrow light it on fire and post the video. Also, speaking of giving shit away, this has nothing to do with that, but I said I was going to put that DC Sniper DVD on eBay and auction it off for charity. That shit's going for pennies. Nobody's gonna fucking buy that shit for charity or not, so sorry. Not happening. But that's not stopping you from taking some of your money and donating it to the charity of dwnproductions.net, where you can find many masks, busts, props, all that shit. Maybe you want something custom made. Maybe I could sneak it in, but I got some orders, some shit to finish up, and it's about time to start making shit for Frightmare. So hopefully you want something that's on the site or something that I have that I could just pour and make. And beyond that, I don't know. I'm thinking I got to pull the trigger soon about Haunters, Texas Haunters convention. I think I'm gonna do it. I just don't know what size table to fucking get and all that. I got to think about it and what I can do, but you don't care. Just go to dwnproductions.net or send me some fucking cash. I don't give a fuck, Joe.
After that, fastcustomshirts.com. Go and look at the many, many shirts to choose from. There's less than there were last week. I deleted shit this week. I went through and like, this hasn't sold in fucking years. This hasn't sold. So if you waited too fucking long. You waited years. Nobody to blame but yourself. But there's still plenty to choose from. If you need some custom work for your business, club, whatever, independent movie, a band, just hit me up and we'll get the ball rolling on that shit. Email me though. Don't send me a fucking message on Facebook. Email me.
And on that note, everybody, you have a great fucking week. And boy, God.